Announcement from the Biden-Harris administration and the USDA.
Yeah, nearly $100 million is headed to connect households in rural Alaska to reliable and affordable high-speed internet. And joining us live here in studio to tell us more about it is Senior Advisor to the President and White House Infrastructure Coordinator, Mitch Landrieu. Mitch, good morning, and thanks for being here with us.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you.
So you were there yesterday when Congresswoman Mary Peltola made that big announcement. Can you talk a little bit about how this money will be divided for projects here in Alaska?
Well, first of all, making sure that everybody in America, whether you're in urban or rural settings, has access to high-speed internet is critical. The president always says a little girl doesn't need to sit in the back of a mama's car outside of a McDonald's parking lot trying to access her future, and it's critically important. And so this state actually has received $2 billion to invest in high-speed internet for everybody in the state, especially in rural areas. And yesterday was a particularly important announcement because it's $100 million from the Department of Agriculture to really kind of turbocharge that and get on the way. So you're going to find Bushtel is getting $30 million, Cordova is getting $35 million, Unicom is getting another 30 to really kind of get to work on that. But over the next 5 years, it's going to be throughout the entire state so that everybody has access to a wonderful future and the knowledge they so wonderfully deserve.
Now, what do you say to those who might feel it's not the best way to use the money, say for the last project, which will connect 28 people and a few businesses for nearly $35 million?
Well, the question they should be asking is what it's going to cost us not to do that. When people are left out of the economy, if you don't have telemedicine, people are going to get sick and they're not going to get access they need. Farmers can't engage in precision agriculture. Fishers can't engage in the work that they're doing. So it's critically important. If you think about it, knowledge is the great equalizer in America. And if you don't have access to it, you really just can't participate. We found this out in a really big way during COVID. But this is also part of about $5 billion that President Biden has sent to Alaska to invest in ferries, to invest in roads. Yesterday, I was up at Glen Allen, look at 2 fish passages projects that we're doing so that folks here in Alaska, of course, can continue to engage in the most important function of subsistence. I'll be heading to Nome because there's some investments in ports that we're making there and in Napakiak to talk about resilience. So this is a massive investment in the people of America and, of course, in Alaska because it's so important.
And Mitch, you kind of touched on it, but, people sometimes kind of forget about Alaska, by connecting these rural communities in this way. How is this helping overall with America's infrastructure?
Well, listen, Alaska is critically important. The president has always said, if America is going to win, we have to do things together, and you have to invest in the people of America, and you have to invest in America in itself. And Alaska, as you know, is critically important. That's why that $5 billion is heading here. There are 919 projects going on right now in Alaska as we speak. And besides Alaska not being forgotten, the Secretary Buttigieg was here last week. The First Lady was here a couple of weeks before that. I'm here today. The Attorney General was here yesterday. So Alaska is right in the middle of everybody's view right now. And so the president's happy to invest here to make sure that we all do well.
Now, is there any sort of timeline for when these projects will start and then become completed?
Well, I'm overseeing all of the projects in the country. We have 37,000 projects going on. We pushed out about $300 billion. Also, the private sector is moving in. So this is a 2, 3, 5, 7-year rebuild. We were literally rebuilding the entire country. So we're in this for the long haul. As I said yesterday, this grant indicates that we're turbocharging it, and we're starting as we speak. And hopefully in the not-too-distant future, everybody will be connected and be ready to go.
All right. Well, Mitch, we certainly appreciate your time, and thanks for being with us, and, welcome to Alaska.
It's great to be with you. Thanks for having me.